Thanks for taking time out for us to consider compression thinking as kind of a guideline to something that, let's call it, continuous transformation. That's well beyond continuous improvement as that term's ordinarily used in business. We don't need to be efficient doing what we're doing without thinking about why we're doing it. What's progress? What does success mean to us? What are our real goals? What is our effect on people that we may never meet and we don't think about? And especially, what effect are we having on the ecology, either nearby or anywhere on the globe? The well-known ant expert and naturalist E.O. Wilson has a new book, The Origins of Creativity. And the whole point winding through this is that we are ill-prepared as human beings to deal with the world that we have come to. Our technology has outraced our ability to keep up with it, much less to emotionally deal with it. So he proposes that the humanities, the arts people, the entertainers, think about taking art where it has really never gone before, to help us see things that are not seen, to create scenarios of things previously unseen, and generally lead us on to a world in which we feel truly attached to everybody on the earth and to the ecology, and to be able to deal with that at a depth emotionally that we have never felt before. Many companies and other organizations are into lean operations now. It's a popular topic. Few of them have really taken it very far to really change the organization and have it become, as they term it, part of the culture. One major reason for that is that investors and financial managers are afraid of letting go. That if the organization is not financially controlled, maybe they'll lose money, maybe disaster will happen. The few that do that and go beyond that point have an organization that's guided by a mission that everybody shares. They have set up a system whereby people can coordinate and communicate much better than the average old bureaucracy, and they can pursue goals that are much deeper than their old bureaucracy. And why haven't we gone there? Because if we can, and we could do that with any kind of organization, think about that for a minute. What difference would it make whether that organization was privately owned, whether it was a nonprofit, or whether it was a government agency? It wouldn't make much difference. That's the direction of revolution we need. Maybe we could consider continuous transformation as needing a philosophy. A philosophy generally connotes something that's all-encompassing but has some direction to it. But we're about 200 years or more beyond the last true Renaissance people. That is, people like Franklin and Jefferson that could, as an individual, get themselves pretty close to the leading stage of thinking in a broad range of areas, from arts and politics and science and agronomy, you name it. The world is so big, we're drowning in information. Nobody can keep up. Nobody can truly be that kind of Renaissance man today. Not as one individual. So what do we need to do? We need to know how to become Renaissance learners in groups and figure out how to get the right people in groups to make important decisions for us. Questioning, where are we going? Why? Is this a smart thing to do? what outcomes are we going to have on ecology and a lot of other people, many of whom we may not even know. We're past the age of heroes who can be Renaissance man. We've got to come up with a different way to break through the silos of thinking that separate us and from the tribal explanations of reality that fall far short of what's needed today. The world is far too fragmented and it's way too complicated, and changes are happening too fast for our old system of business and about organizing other kinds of work to be what we actually need. And so, can we enter this big adventure of figuring out how to learn as groups and do it in great depth, and maybe take those steps emotionally as well as just logically, and find a reality-based way forward? Let's call it a philosophy of continuous transformation.